Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group, family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast. And our podcast is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and welcome to another one of our live episodes. This is week 24. We're almost halfway. Halfway's in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
right.
but we're close to halfway with it. 24.
Is that how you say it for real?
24. Yep.
Okay.
I looked it up.
Oh, dang.
And I've been studying my Spanish in my spare time. So welcome to another live. This is one of our live updates, and we literally just got off the road. So if this seems a little long and tired,
We're so sleepy.
and while Danny's talking, if I nod off, you understand why. So I want to start with the first one. Can I tell the first one?
Yes.
Over 10,000 downloads.
Yes, we broke 10,000.
I couldn't believe it. And but what's funny, we're going to talk about where we were the last couple of days.
Yes.
And they were talking. This one guy who's got this major podcast was talking to this other guy who's got these major podcasts, who actually has their own platform to put out podcasts. These guys are like, podcast kings.
Yes.
Right? These guys are like the mecca of podcasts. And he said, I wanted to get this one guy on my podcast, but they said they wouldn't look at my podcast until I averaged 1,000 downloads per episode. And I went, how many do we have? Oh, we're not even close to that.
We're so weak.
So good thing we don't want to get The Rock on one of our podcasts.
That is funny.
But anyway, we're super excited about that. I know that next week we'll talk about where we're at on the YouTube views, which I think is over 4,000 as well, or something like that. I can't remember. But the 10,000 was like, that was like, whoa!
Yes. And I know Pat sent us the email with the views, but I just forgot to check it before we came in here and recorded.
I was in a different state, literally a different state when I saw that email.
Yeah.
So, Anyway, next one.
Yeah, this one is actually, I'm going to I'll say it, but I'm going to hand it over to you to talk about it, because you've been teasing everybody about it for a little bit on different episodes.
Yep.
We're super, super excited to announce that we're opening up an apparel store for Freedom Capital Investments and this podcast, Freedom Through Passive Income. And Flip has been in charge of designing the shirts and the baseball caps, and because I wear baseball caps all the time.
Yep.
And jackets, I think that we have, and
there's a couple jackets.
I'll let you you can go ahead and talk about it.
So there's some different shirts, and we wanted to try to think of things that number one, that we would wear. And so we've got some Freedom Through Passive Income T-shirts. We have some a funny shirt that says "Invest Smart, Live Happy." We also have something that you and I live by, which is perseverance.
Yes.
And so there was a little quote for us in there. Another T-shirt, and I think that was it for the T-shirts, wasn't it? I think so. Because there's different colors and there's different versions. And what's cool about this shop is you can go in there and you can select. I like the white lettering, and so there's like a couple different shirts that have white lettering, and then there's a couple different shirts that have blue lettering. And so you get to select the shirt, you get to select your shirt size, and shipping, whatever. But it's not a shirt. It's not a store. Just letting you know beforehand. So it's not like Amazon. You're not going to order it and get it tomorrow or later today.
Sorry about that.
So it's a really cool store and it's for companies like us that are small. That So when you order it, it's not like we have inventory. When you order it, they make it and then they ship it to you.
Yes.
So it takes about, I think, 10 to 12 days or whatever for them to ship it to you, and then a few days to ship it to you.
We just ordered a couple $100 worth of stuff, right? Yeah. We were like, buy. Now that's all created, buy, because we wanted, that's why we created it. We wanted to wear the stuff.
Yep. Yeah. And so, and the jackets will have like embroidery that says "Invest Smart, Live Happy," and then Freedom Capital Investments on the back, and so they're cool shirts, and there's screen printed shirts, and then there's the embroidery, and then the hats are embroidered, "Invest Smart, Live Happy." But no, we're super excited, and I'll be working today and tomorrow on getting it onto our website, so that way people can just go to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, and it'll say online store.
Perfect.
And then you can just go on there and order whatever you'd like. I think that's all of the items.
I was just going to say, if you have ideas, lots of people have ideas for shirts that are fun. So, if you have an idea about a shirt that we could create about passive income or whatever it is, we love that type of stuff.
Or if you say, oh boy, you know what I'd really like is I'd like a coffee cup that said that, or I'd like a notebook that says that.
Yeah.
The thing about this is we've only scraped the tip of the iceberg with this company that we're working with, because they've got just a bazillion products. And we can put whatever we want on any of their products. And so, they've got tote bags and umbrellas and shorts. I mean, I'm not going to put Invest Smart, Live Happy on my shorts. But where would I put that?
Right across the tushy.
Yeah. So if you have ideas of things that you'd like to see, and we're not going to say, hey, you asked for this, you have to buy it, because we just put it on the store, and if no one buys it, no one buys it, but it's something there for people to buy.
Yes.
So that's what's really cool.
Yeah, we're super excited about that. And the reason why we're so tired today is because we just got back from a mastermind in Nashville, Tennessee.
Because somebody said, hey, you know what? We should drive.
It was only like 5 hours.
Yeah.
But it's 5 hours of Flip having to pay attention to the road, and I end up working. I think I tried to sleep and just never ever was able to sleep.
You did. You're like, I'm super tired. I'm going to lay down. 5 minutes later, nope, can't sleep.
My brain just kept on going. Yeah. But anyways, it was Power Room Mastermind. We really, really love that mastermind. We hit every single event that they have. Next one's in Lake Tahoe. Super excited about going there. But anyways, we got to hear speak the CEO of Cardone Ventures. So if you are familiar with Grant Cardone and his 10X brand, the CEO of Cardone Ventures was there, and he spoke to us, and it was mind-blowing.
I swear the guy is just take Grant Cardone and just it's just another Grant Cardone.
Yeah, except for tamed down, not as okay,
so he doesn't go to 11. He only goes to a 9.5.
Yeah.
But it's still just the mind on this guy.
Yeah. It's insane. Yeah. Michael Hyatt was there. You want to talk about him?
So he spoke for a little bit over an hour, and it was just he talked about his new book that he just put out, Full Focus. And he talked not about work-life balance, but about how did he just the be able to your work and your life, just not a balance, because he says I work out for 45 minutes and then I work for 6 hours. I don't want to work out for 6 hours and then work for 6 hours. So it's not that kind of a balance. But and he talked about that and how he's adjusted to it, and that was really cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. And we even on our way home talked about the rituals. And things that we wanted to implement and change in our lives.
4 rituals throughout the day.
As a result of his talk. We had lots and lots and lots of great notes. We might do an actual episode about some of the lessons that he taught us in that talk. It was really, really great. And we have another work-life balance episode that I'm sure that our team will put a link to. But we talked about the very same thing, that there is really no such thing, in our opinion, of work-life balance. Yeah. It's the appropriate amount of time you want to dedicate to a certain activity, and you feel like you are participating in life and in business in the amount of time. Neither one is overwhelming you, right? It's not too much life, whatever.
Right.
So we have an episode where we talk about that. I
like when he had his coach, and his coach said, are you willing to turn your phone off at 6 o'clock? And he said, yes. Are you willing to not take your phone with you on vacation? Yes. And this is and am I allowed to contact your wife to see how you're doing? Yes. That was awesome.
There was also a marketing company there, a couple marketing companies, both of which we're giving them a call this week to potentially work with them. Just the caliber of speakers at these events are it's amazing. And it's what allows us to keep on growing, is the network and the people that we surround ourselves with is why we continue to grow at the pace that we do.
Yep.
And I know that there is some people going, are you growing too fast? And I said, sometimes I think the same, but it's like the network and the team that we have supports it and continues to support it. And so it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah.
The more and more we keep on growing. And then the last one, the speaker, the guy who writes the signature talks for people like Tony Robbins and
didn't you do Grant Cardone?
Yeah, I think he does.
And who else was it? Yeah, but he listed off like 3 or 4 guys, and we're just like, wow. And you're like, well, okay, right. So he writes these guys' speeches, okay. And like 5 minutes into his thing, I'm just like,
yeah,
because he's just dropping gold bomb, gold nuggets after gold nugget after. I'm just like, I don't take notes, and I'm just like, I need to write that down.
I was taking notes.
She was taking notes.
But it was a really great event, so we just wanted to kind of talk about it. We love that group. And then today we're actually obviously recording this video, but we're back in the office, a little sleepy, but we are watching a virtual event, self-storage conference. And so again, I've got my iPad out and I'm just furiously taking notes while Flip is going to edit this video and get it over to Pat so she can get it out to you. But it's always cool to be learning new things, and so excited to be getting into the self-storage space and partnering with other people that are really, really good at what they do in this space.
I need a Betty come into my office every like 45 minutes and poke me to
make sure
I'm awake.
Yeah. One of the things I will say about the self-storage is one of the slides that of the speaker we just listened to. He was talking about if you invested $100 in 1994 and then you cashed out at the end of 2021, and he compared all these industries. Manufactured homes was at the very top at like $3,751. Apartments was not like 2 steps down at like 2,800 and something. But then he flashes on self-storage. It's like $7,700 and something dollars. And he's just like, when you talk about things that give you a high return and, survive through recessionary times and, ups and downs of the market, self-storage is at the top. And you guys have heard us say that the types of investments that we want to be focused on as we continue to grow is multifamily, self-storage, manufactured homes, and assisted living. It's the 4 boxes that we want to go in. And it's because of all the reasons of the growth in those market and the resistance to the ups and downs and their ability to survive and thrive in any market. So super, super excited about that.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But look at this.
I know. Sorry, we're a little over. See, we're a little tired and we just started chatting and
Yeah, but wait. Now tomorrow's going to be another live episode.
Yes.
And then on Saturday, you know what Saturday is?
Saturday? What is Saturday?
I looked it up just to make sure. Saturday is day 1 of our 12-part series.
Oh, boom. Yes, it is.
Yes, so someone, and for those of you listening and not watching, I'm pointing at Danny. Someone wanted to do a 12-part series on the day in the life of Flip. No, I'm just kidding.
That would have been interesting.
It wouldn't have been 12 parts. Day 1, done. So, like, what is what do we call it? The 12. Oh yeah, that's right.
Our journey. Yes.
It's a 12-part series.
You're going to hear that every day for 12 days.
For the next 12 days. But anyway, so it's a 12-part series, and it starts on Saturday, and it's our journey, and it's every step of the way from where we first started. To I was born a small boy.
Stop it! We did not start there.
Yeah, I was gonna quote the line from the Steve Martin in The Jerk, but I didn't quote that because boy, you can't say those quotes anymore. But anyway, so it's a 12-part series on our journey.
Yeah.
There we go.
And did you remember to say that because we're going long? Because our journey, by the way, is not 8 minutes. Just like this one, we're going long.
Yeah.
It's like 20 minutes each time.
No, they're not. They're like 15.
Oh, okay.
But still, if
you would know because you edited them.
Yeah. There was a couple that are above 15, but they're not our normal 6 to 8 minutes. And yes, this one's going long too. So
yeah.
But I wanted to say something about it. Starting on Saturday.
Yeah. Maybe we need to take a nap before recording anything else so that we just can keep to our 6 to 8 minutes.
I like where your head's at.
All right.
Anyway, make sure you're heading on over to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, to join our investor club and to check out the online store. Hopefully, I'll get that up soon.
Yes.
But again, join our investor club, see what we're doing behind the scenes and what possible deals we've got going on. And if you're listening on a podcast, whatever, give us a review. Tell us how we're doing. But hit the like button
if you like self-storage, because I'm going to buy self-storage here real soon. You better get in our investor club to hear about it.
There you go. Awesome. But we like to end all of these episodes with
Invest smart.
Live happy.
Bye everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on this show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss.